Good morning, students. In today's class, we are going to learn how to convert single entry system into double entry system. Now, sometimes a trader at any moment may feel that this system is not appropriate and he wants to shift it to double entry system. And moreover, trading profit and loss account or balance sheet, if it has to be prepared, then it is essential for him to shift towards the double entry system, because double entry system is more reliable, scientific and acceptable on all government records to fill IT or for raising loans from banks or for giving it to the creditors. So at any point of time, he can convert the single entry system into double entry system. And for that purpose, he has to ascertain certain missing figures. Now, what are those missing figures? To know those figures, we have to prepare certain new accounts. So, for the purpose of preparing trading profit and loss account, it is essential to prepare these four accounts depending upon the information that has been given to you or supplied. So now what are the four accounts? They are the total debtors account. Now total debtors account is an asset account. So to know the debtors, cash received by the debtors, that is what amount is received during the year, how much amount is paid by the debtors is called as cash received. Then the amount of sales made on credit basis. Then I may have to know the closing debtors or the opening balance. So any type of debtors may be any information relating to debtors, if it has to be known, then I have to prepare total debtors account. Next, the second one account that I have to prepare is total creditors account. Now this account is prepared to know the information relating to the creditors. That may be the missing information of closing debtors, credit purchases, opening debtors, or it can be the cash received or the amount of bank which is being received, bank checks which are cleared on credit purchases, or it may be for purchases, returns. For any amount, the bills payable will be creditors account can be prepared. Then you have the total bills payable account. Now this bills payable account is prepared to know the missing information relating to the bills. It can be the amount of bills dishonored or the new bills issued, or it can be relating to the opening or closing bill balances. And last one is the bills receivable account. Now bills receivable account is prepared to know the opening bills receivable or the closing bills receivable or the bills receivable dishonored or new bills issued or the amount of bills that are being received during the year, that is cleared bills during the year. So with the help of these four accounts, a trader can easily convert the single entry system into double entry system, and he will be able to prepare trading profit and loss account and balance sheet. So this type of problems for this year may come for 6 marks. So mainly they will ask either debtors account or creditors account. Bills payable and receivable is not much asked most of the times. It all depends on the information that is being provided to you in the problem based on that. But for this year, we will be having to prepare only debtors or creditors account. So we'll see the next slide. Now here we are having the format of total debtors account. In today's class, we will just go through the formats of all the accounts. Now in format of debtors account, first we will be having the opening balance, that is the balance carried the opening balance during the year, that is at the beginning of the year whatever amount of debtors were there is taken into consideration. Next, you are having bills receivable which is dishonored. Now bills receivable dishonored is taken on the debit side because the debtors were already existing but they have failed to pay the due amount on the date which is being said. So when we don't receive the amount on the said date or on maturity of the bill, then such bill is treated as bills dishonored. Similarly, I have banks. To bank means whenever checks are received by the debtors, we will be already crediting them in our books of account, whether it is bills receivable or it is the bank. So whenever we receive bills receivable accepted or on the due date checks are received, we will take them as the amount which is already credited in our books of account, but on the due date they fail to pay. So to have the reverse entry, we will show it on the credit side because we have already reduced them in the books, and now on the due date when amount is not received, I will take it back to be the increase in debtors. Therefore, whenever dishonor bills are there, it increases our debtors. It has to be debited in our ledger account. Next, you have the credit sales. Now the credit sales is the amount of sales, that is it can be the total sales minus the cash sales. The difference can be taken as credit sales. On the credit side, I have the total amount of cash received by the debtors during the year. Similarly, if the debtors have given checks, whatever amount of check received is to be credited by bank. Next, if new bills are received or accepted from the debtors, it will be again decreasing my debtors. Now discount allowed is a loss, so it has to be again credited. Now bad debts are irrecoverable debts, so again these debts have to be taken on the credit side. Now sales returns reduces the amount of debtors, so again it is taken on the credit side. And lastly, the difference can be taken as closing debtors account. If closing debtors account is given, then either cash received or bank received, bills receivable, discount, or it can be the credit sales. So any one of the figure may be missing, so we have to see the difference what is given. So most of the times it will be either credit sales, opening debtors, either cash received, or the this bad debts or balance carried down, that is closing debtors. So now if we see this account, it is similar to that of a ledger account. You are having the debit side and credit side. So debtors account being the asset account, all increase in the asset in the debtors account will be on the debit side, and whatever debtors account is going to be reduced, wherever there is decrease in debtors account is credited. So the best is to remember debtors as asset account, and all increase is to be on the debit side and all decrease of debtors is taken on the credit side. So we are having the format of debtors account. So I repeat the format of debtors. On the debit side I have opening balance of debtors, then bills receivable dishonored, then bank account where check is dishonored, and the credit sales which is may be the balancing figures. Here for example I have given it as balancing figure. Next, you are having the cash received on the credit side, check received on the credit side, then bills receivable, then bank discount allowed, bad debts, and sales returns. All these are reducing my debtors, so I take it on the credit side, whereas my debit side has only three. One is opening balance, bills receivable dishonored, then checks dishonored, and credit sales. Leaving these three, the rest of the information supplied relating to debtors will come on the credit side. Now we'll go for the next account format, that is total creditors account. Now total creditors account also has the same format of a ledger account which we have prepared, the debit side and the credit side. So on the debit side I will write all decrease in the amount of debtors, and on the credit side I will write all increase in the amount of debtors. Now why it is so? Because whenever we classify, total debtors account or creditors account will be taken as asset account or liabilities account. So when it comes for creditors, we will apply the rule of liability account. So all my increase in creditors is going to be credited and decrease in creditors will be on the debit side. So we'll just go through the format. Now balance brought down is opening balance of creditors. Next I have bank, which is dishonoring the checks, bills payable, which is dishonored, and credit purchases. So on the credit side we can see we are having opening balance of creditors, dishonor of checks and bills payable, and credit purchases. Whereas on the debit side we have the items like cash paid. Now any amount which is being paid to the creditors during the year is treated as cash paid. Next you are having bank. Now if we have not paid cash, we can pay them in form of checks. So any amount of check which is being paid will be reducing my creditors. Next is bills payable. These are the bills which we have accepted and returned back to our creditors. So any new bills issued by the creditors which are accepted will be treated as bills payable. Now discount received. Discount received is the amount of income that has been earned. It is a gain. So we are not going to pay it to our creditors. So it is reducing my creditors. Next, purchase returns also is a gain, because to the extent of returns our credit purchases are reduced. And lastly, it is the closing balances which is brought, that is closing creditors. Now if we see, the total creditors account is just opposite of total debtors account. In debtors account, whatever amount was credited is shown on the debit side. Only the amount of bill payable will be treated as receivable, and credit purchases is treated as the sales, whereas the rest of the things are same. So wherever bills payable will be there, it is taken as receivable, and when it is discount received in debtors account, it becomes discount allowed. Purchase returns becomes sales returns for debtors. So both the accounts are just opposite to each other. But remember, when creditors account is prepared, we'll apply the rule of liabilities. When debtors account is prepared, we'll apply the rule of asset. Now we'll see the next format, that is total bills payable account. Now bills payable account also is an liability account. So we classified bills payable as liability. So again apply the rule of liability. Credit, increase in bills payable, debit, decrease in bills payable. So on the debit side we have only two items, that is the balancing, opening balance of bills, and the new bills issued by the creditors, that is bills accepted. So only two items. On the credit side we have the amount of bills which are being paid on maturity, and the total amount of bills that have been dishonored during the year, and the closing bills payable. So on the debit side we have three entries, and credit side there are only two entries, that is new bills accepted and the opening balance of bills payable. Whereas on the credit side, matured bills which have been paid during the year, dishonored bills, and the balance carried down. So Again here we are having increase in bills payable credited, decrease in bills payable debited. The last we are going to prepare is the total bills receivable account. Now total bills receivable account is a asset account. Now for this account we are going to prepare the increase in assets on the debit side and decrease in assets will be taken on the credit side. So again we are going to prepare the ledger account. All increase in bills receivable is recorded on the debit side and the decrease is recorded on the credit side. So if we go through the format, bills receivable account is just opposite of bills payable account. You are having the opening balance of bills receivable and the new bills issued to the debtors which are increasing the bills. So on the debit side, whereas bills which are being paid on maturity will be taken on the credit side. Then any bills which are dishonored will be taken on the credit side and balance carried down will be taken on the credit side. Now whatever amount is given in the credit side or items that are appearing on the credit side of bills receivable decreases our bills receivable account. Therefore it is going to be on the credit side. So I hope these formats are clear to you all, and in the next class we'll see how to solve the problem. So by the time you just practice these formats so that you will be able to solve the 6 marks problems very easily. So remember student, for 6 marks either creditors account or debtors account, either any one of the account may be coming for the examination. Till then be safe and thank you.